When it comes to stuff like this, everybody's got a different personality. I'm not a blame person. Like, let's fix it. I've been to therapy my whole life. Let's just fix it. I'm not interested. You're victim. Let's just fix it. Okay? If you're a LeBron fan, well, this is LeBron's business. He comes in, he cleans it up, he gets you a title. If you're the Lakers, you're like, yeah, this is your mess. You wanted Westbrook. We could sit here all day and do a show on blame. Doesn't solve anything. But here's what's happening. Jeannie Buss's dad did not cave to superstars the way he loved him. He traded Shaq. And Shaq was significantly more popular in L.A. than LeBron. It's not close. Shaq was more popular in L.A. for most of his career than Kobe. And Kobe was popular. Number 2, Jerry Buss. Jeannie's the daughter. Jerry didn't get bullied. He was savvy. Magic signed a 25-year, $25 million contract. That was a bad contract by year 3. And he let Shaq walk. 3 is, LeBron's an outsider. The Lakers always take care of Lakers. Magic, James Worthy, they have a history, once a Laker, try to always be a Laker. Jerry West thing's gotten a little ugly, but, they were together for a long time. LeBron's an outsider. It may be time to move off LeBron. And I think he's amazing. But the roster's not good. The chemistry's bad. The bench is terrible. They don't have good contracts. And who's going to take Westbrook and AD? I mean, I would not take AD. I'd take Westbrook before AD because I could get rid of his contract. It's an expiring contract. I would take LeBron and I would take Westbrook. I wouldn't take AD. He can't stay healthy. And I don't think he's a leader. And I don't think he's as committed as Westbrook or LeBron to play good basketball and get in the gym and work out and be. So listen, Ramona Shelburne, who's friends with Jeannie Buss, owner of the Lakers, said it last week in her podcast. This was a very important moment.
The Lakers organization from ownership on down decided, you guys got yourself into this. This is the bed you have made. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, all the future Hall of Famers. This is your choice of roster and team. Go make it work.
So Jeannie Buss is saying, this is my team and my franchise and your mess. Fix it. Well, the only way to fix it, truthfully, would be to move LeBron. I mean, that would be the easiest, quickest way to do it. Jeannie Buss forced her brother out of the organization. You don't think she's going to move off LeBron? And you have to remember this. This is an important thing. There's 2 really important things. LeBron's not beloved in L.A. He's famous. There's a lot of famous people in L.A. He's not beloved in L.A. Magic Johnson is beloved in L.A. Blake Griffin was famous. Kobe was beloved in L.A. Shaq was beloved in L.A. Vin Scully, Chick Hearn, beloved in L.A. LeBron's famous, okay? He's not Magic or Shaq. This would not be a bad PR move and years of... He's not, okay? You know what he is? LeBron is Wilt. His best years were somewhere else. He arrived in L.A. They won a title. We never talk about Wilt and the Lakers, ever. We talk Kareem, we talk Magic, we talk Worthy, we talk West, we talk Kobe, we talk Magic. We never talk Wilt and the Lakers, ever. He was loony at the end. He was flaky. He was hard to deal with. He did his best stuff other places. That's the thing. Shaq and Kareem came to L.A. We got their prime. L.A. got their prime. Magic, Kobe, we got all of their careers. LeBron's Wilt. We didn't get his best stuff. We got a title. Yeah, we get titles all the time. It's L.A. Got like 17 of them. Jeter is beloved. A-Rod was talented. That's the difference with the Yankees. There's a big difference. You trade Jeter. Remember Eli Manning? Eli Manning's the Giants. They benched him, and the city exploded. I mean, literally New York. Fire the coach. Get rid of the GM. The owner's terrible. Sell the team. Like Jeter, Manning, that's different than great guy that comes in. Big difference. You can move LeBron. Absolutely. And the NBA does not run through LeBron anymore. He's great. But big decisions here. Remember, Los Angeles, the first part of it, he's not beloved in LA. Secondly, the sensibility of LA is different. There's a term in this city. It's called a Hollywood minute. Love you 1 second, bail on you the next. You go look at the biggest stars in L.A. 10 years ago. Almost none of them matter today. There is always somebody to replace you. Always in Los Angeles. You can get to a Super Bowl, we'll find a new guy. You can win a title, we'll move off you. They moved off Shaq. End of debate. Shaq was as big a star as the city's ever had. Not only like he was funny, he was in movies, just physically. And Shaq leaned into it. He wasn't hiding. He wasn't in his mansion, although he had one. He leaned into it, man. He'd get in that convertible, drive downtown. Hi, everybody. And they moved off him. The quickest way to rebuild this thing, and this is not an anti-LeBron rant. It's dude, you're wilt. You moved in here late. We didn't get your best years. We're not Cleveland. We're not desperate. And I say even I'm an outsider. Vin Scully is L.A. Chick Hearn was L.A. Dude, I love being here, but I'm an outsider. LeBron's an outsider. They will move off you. And I would argue this morning, LeBron has done way better in this deal so far than the Lakers. Remember what J.A. Adonde said? You could move off Shaq because it was mutually beneficial. Shaq made a fortune in L.A., and the Lakers made a fortune off Shaq. And they still moved off him. But LeBron, have the Lakers, other than a title, which they've got a trophy room full of them, J.A. Adonde yesterday.
From a business perspective, remember, they didn't make the playoffs his first year. When they won the championship, it was in the bubble, so you didn't get the home game revenue. And then they only had a couple home games with them in the playoffs last year. We thought this was going to be his last act, but he's clearly restless. And also we have to take in the fact that he likes creating new pathways. And I think if you're the Lakers, okay, this happened, we got the championship, but long-term, we need a full reset, right? So I think on both sides, it makes sense that maybe their futures lie or they're best served by taking a split.
Yeah. I read Bill Plaschke this morning, longtime popular columnist, kind of the voice of the city. He's like, it's time to move. This is not the rest of the country. I mean, Miami is transient. And when LeBron left Miami, people were like, they got over it really fast because Miami's transient. People are coming, they're going. You know the old funny line about Miami? It's a sunny place for shady people. Not saying anybody's shady. I'm just saying transient is their business. That's us with another layer of we attract the most stars in the world. You're a star in Russia. You're a star in Canada. You're a star anywhere. Like this is the place you come to make movies and make business and make like anywhere. And so like add that layer to the layer of Miami, which is got over LeBron leaving like really fast. Like really, really fast. Miami's a deal-making town. Add Hollywood to our deal-making. So I just think it's time. I think Westbrook, I can move that contract easily off season. It's an expiring contract. You can buy Westbrook, pay him to the All-Star break, and then somebody can move him off their books. LeBron, you could absolutely move him, get a ton. Anthony Davis, I would have moved off him last year. But sometimes, timing is everything in sports. Like, timing is everything. You tell me. The Lakers have already said they're running this team back next year, right? They'll try to move Westbrook, but they're going to run this team back next year. Really? Sometimes change is not only inevitable, it's a good thing. Just, it forces you to get uncomfortable, get on the phone. When the Lakers call, who doesn't pick the phone up? People will pick it up. This is not an anti-LeBron rant. This would have been crazy to suggest 6 years ago, absurd 12 years ago. You couldn't even whisper it 15 years ago. Now, it's probably time. LA's not desperate. They'll figure it out. Maybe they'll be bad for a year. Hey, man, Kobe's last 4, they weren't fun to watch either. Place was still jammed. I was going to add another story, but I just felt like going all in on that LeBron story. So we're getting some interesting bits of information on Aaron Rodgers and the team. And something came down this morning in regards to the decision by Aaron So I'm going to bring that to you on the other side of this. A lot of stuff today.